raw. It's uncut and unfiltered.
Well, that's
We
the
love
best way to go
uncut.
about it, girl. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I wanted to just hop on quickly and say thank you to everyone who has been supporting me along the way with my journey on Spirit Talk with Roy, and as well with my live show, Reading the Queen. It has really been such a joy and so much fun to be able to provide everyone such great content, and I really just enjoy working with everybody. It's been great to bring you fun queens on a weekly basis, and definitely stay tuned for a great lineup ahead as well, with many, many more queens that will be joining us. I also want to just say, if you are not subscribed, following, please do so. Please tell your friends, please share with everybody. I really look forward to continuing to provide you this really fun content, and to do so, just really encourage everyone to continue to follow along, support, like, and comment. I'm also really proud to announce the launch of my brand new logo, which will be coming out shortly. I also just did a little bit of a facelift on my YouTube channel. I did a little bit of a facelift on my Facebook as well. So please definitely check all that information out and continue to follow along. I will be doing another giveaway as well coming up in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that. Follow me along on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube, because I will be announcing it on YouTube. So again, I really appreciate everybody, sending everyone a bunch of love and light. Thank you. Bye. How are you?
Good. You look stunning.
Thank you. So do you, honey. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm holding up.
You're holding up. This is going to be like a taxi cab psychic reading confession today.
It's raw. It's uncut and unfiltered.
Well, that's
We
the
love
best way to
uncut.
go about it, girl. That's the way to do it. I love it. I love it. So are you ready for this?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm totally right. I'm like excited. I'm so excited, babe.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. This is going to be very different for me, because you're actually in a vehicle. So it's going to be very
I
interesting
am.
how this is all going to go. So hopefully your audio holds up. You sound good. You sound a little far away, but you sound good.
Okay.
And thank you everyone for joining today. Really appreciate it. This is going to be a fun episode of Reading the Queen. We have Whispersixx with us today, and she's going to get read. We're going to see what kind of fun information we have for her. And I'm so excited. And if you are not following either of us, please do so. My information is all in my link in bio, as well as Whispersixx has all her information as well. She's headed to a gig, so she's multitasking today, correct?
She's a girl on the go.
She's a girl on the go. I understand. I get it. That's great. That's the way you got to be, honey. All right, so we're going to get started here. So do you allow me to connect with you?
Of course. 100%.
Okay, perfect. Great. Yeah. I'm getting just a little bit of a delay, so I just want people to understand that she is in the car, so we're getting a little bit of a delay, but it should be fine. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about and I want to address is that I feel that there's a very, very strong religious background that I feel from you and from your family. So I want to say that you grew up in a very, very strong religious type of upbringing, and I feel like that was not the easiest way to have grown up. Can you understand that?
Yeah, religious background, not the easiest way to grow up.
I know that it's very difficult when you grow up that way, but I feel like religion was very, very important for your family growing up, and I feel like it's still very important now to this day that religion is very, very strong rooted into your family, even now as you are all older. Would you understand that as well? Okay. I want to also say that I feel like when you were growing up, because of the religious background and the way that you were raised, would you understand that there was a strong control over music and over television?
Yeah.
Okay, because I do feel like it was very, very hard for you growing up as a child to really be able to enjoy life and to do normal things that kids would do, because I feel like the religion really played a heavy factor in that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
no.
does that make sense?
I wasn't like, I didn't really fit in, you know?
Yeah, I understand. So I feel like, because of this religious background, it really made it very difficult for you to really live your truth and to be who you really were. So I feel like in the beginning phases of your life, it was very difficult. I also want to go into the beginning phases of your life where I feel like life was very difficult for you as a child. I am picking up that there was some bullying as a young child, and I do feel a lot of movement with you with schooling. Would you understand that you picked up or moved schools quite often when you were younger?
A lot, so much. I went to so many elementary schools and so many middle schools. I went to like 3 different middle schools. I went to a lot of schools just because I thought that the answer was moving and starting new, but everywhere I go, it would just follow me.
Yeah, and I want to say that I feel that it haunted you. So I'm getting something in the mouth area. So would you understand something in the mouth with nerves when you were a child? Because I just feel like you're like biting down, or you're like really like I feel like your teeth, like you're holding down on your teeth because of nerves and
Yeah,
anxiety. I could feel
I
it in
would
my
grind my teeth. I would grind my teeth a lot.
yeah, because I could feel it in my mouth where like there's like pressure in the jaw area. So I feel like
Oh
that was
my gosh!
can you,
Yeah,
okay. Can you understand that? So I just felt like it was just very difficult for you, and it was just a way for you to process. So I feel like it was you had a very difficult way of processing everything because again of the way that you were raised and then schooling background, not being able to be yourself. So it made it very difficult for you. But I also want to say that I feel you had a good support system. I feel like your mother was a really strong supporter and defender for you. So would you understand that she was always there to help you and to help make things I guess like feel smooth for you?
yeah, yeah. Even if like she didn't always like agree or like she
Yeah.
always kind of wants to be in my corner because she knows I don't have a lot of people fighting for me.
Yeah. I feel a really strong connection there with your mother where I feel like she was definitely a defender for you. All right. And she made things really work out for you. As you start to feel into your own and you start to move forward, I'm like being drawn to like now you're going into like 17, 18, 19, and I feel like this is when you started to feel like you needed to like escape to start to live really who you were. So I feel like this is a point in your life where you left or you left the nest and you moved, and this is where like you really started to open your eyes and branch out and say this is now where I need to be. So I feel like you almost had an epiphany moment where you're like this is really who I need to become, and that's when the flower started to open and blossom. I'm being drawn to like very late teens though. And I feel like you did this with the help of somebody. So I do feel like you had someone that helped you or propelled you into this movement at that age. Would you understand that?
Yeah,
Because I feel like this is where your drag life really started to open up, like the creative juices started to flow for you. Would you understand that this was like the catalyst and the movement of where everything started to fall into place and start to begin?
I was able to express my drag, and at my house, like when I lived with my parents, like I wasn't able to hide anything.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had no privacy. Like
yeah.
even on like my computers, like they would put like fucking like dog barks on like those alarms whenever something like bad would be on the computer. Like they would put like like literally like track everything I was doing.
Wow. Yeah, they were really
Yeah. So like
really.
when I got to move, that was when I was able to like figure out who I was and express that.
Yeah, and I feel like what that did was that lit a fire in you because it allowed you to like really become really creative. And I feel like you put in a lot of work. So that's where like a lot of the work started to come into play for you. And I feel like you did a lot of things on your own, creating clothing, creating just who you wanted to become aesthetically as a drag queen. So I feel like you put in a lot of the work at that point in time. And I think that that led you because for some reason I feel like your story and your growth and the way that you were raised led you to want to help. I feel like you're a helper of others who don't have the same abilities or the same privileges, who need to show who they are and live their truth. So would you understand that you are a pioneer for like people who are looking to come up into the drag world or into this type of
Yeah.
lane?
Yes, I am. Yeah, like baby,
Okay.
because the older queens didn't really understand me.
What was that, honey?
The older,
Mm-hmm.
more
Yeah.
seasoned queens in the beginning
Oh,
didn't really take well to me.
yeah.
So I kind of made like a name for myself
Yeah.
amongst like baby.
Yeah, and I feel like what that means, what I'm hearing is that you became almost like a pioneer or a trailblazer in your own lane for who you are and what you do. Would you understand that? And I feel like people now are following you. So now it's like you've almost created this entire like new lane in drag where people are like, oh my God, I love what she does. This is what I want to do. And you're doing that and people are recognizing that. And I feel like there's a ton of applause and help on the other side that's like propelling this for you. So I really commend you for that because there's a lot of recognition happening on that. But I also feel like you're doing something with, again, younger youth who don't have the structure or don't have the ability to touch and reach out to some of the queens that they idolize. So do you do something with youth in drag as well?
On the internet, like I'm able to like network with younger people.
Okay. Okay.
You know, like people who are like younger drag queens coming up
Yep.
who don't live near me and like who like probably have been watching me
Yeah.
online.
Okay.
The internet's like a really powerful like source for me.
The internet is so powerful, but I feel like you do something. I'm getting the word like competition. Do you do something with competition? Because I
I
feel like
hosted a
there's.
competition.
Okay. You host a
Yeah,
competition?
yeah, I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. Would that
For
have been
like
around? Would that have been around that time frame, Whisper, like early 20s, where you were starting to do that?
yeah, like 21.
Okay. Okay. All right. Because there's recognition for that. Because I feel like you've touched people in doing that as well. Do you realize that?
I, I mean, they don't tell me, but
I want you to know that I feel that it's coming through as gratitude for you. Okay, so I think that's really important for you to understand that every step that you've done and everything that you've gone through in life is really molding who you are today as a person and in your career. So you're taking all of those trials and tribulations and you're putting it into your drag and it's coming through and you're helping so many other people and you're becoming this pioneer and this trailblazer. Also picking up a lot with music. So I feel like music is very, very strong in you, but I also want to say that music is very strong in your family. I feel like everyone, like I'm going mother, I'm going like people in your family are very into music and singing. And I feel like it's super, super important. And it's a way of like using your voice as well. So can you understand how music would be very relative?
yeah, literally my family was like the praise and worship team at church.
Oh my God. Okay.
And
So
my sister, she was on America's Got Talent, and I love singing and I love songwriting,
yeah.
and music has brought me out of a really dark place. So is drag, but like music is like something I can always just like turn to, you know.
And I feel like you turn to music, and I feel like music is still relevant very much in your family right now as well. And,
Um,
and I think like the music branched you out. I feel like you also do things where you're like almost becoming a brand. Would you understand that? So like you are now becoming a brand, just like put my stamp on it almost. Do you know what I mean? Like this is who I am. So I feel like there might be merchandise. Do you do merchandise as well? Because I'm hearing
I do
merchandise.
some merch, yeah. I like
Okay.
I have like drawings and like little animations of myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes a lot of
kind
sense.
of kind of immortalizes me.
Are you still I feel like you're still writing. Are you still writing music? Because I'm hearing music still and writing. Are you doing anything like that?
I'm never gonna stop.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that's how a part of me it is. Like it's like drag. Like it's not just something you could take away from me. It's me. Like it's literally me. Like there's no breaks when like it's what you love.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I feel like that's such a strong passion within you. And I think it's part of the upbringing of where how you grew up as well. So music is like ingrained in you. So I think that's really important for people to understand as well. And I feel like it's definitely interesting because I feel like music, like you said, will be a part of you forever. And I also feel like you are continuing to always write music. So I do think that music will again be a huge part of who you are with your drag. I do see you doing something with music and creating something again. I feel like there's something that's happening or there will be some kind of divine thing going on, unless it's already in the works, because I feel like there's something there for you with the music. Can you understand that?
Yeah, I'm really rooting for that.
I see it happening for you. I do see it happening for you. And you know, I think it's going to come quicker than what you expect. I think it's just about having the right pawns in the right place for you to really make it all happen. But I do see it really working. All right. And it's probably going to happen within, I would say within a year time frame. So I really think that you're going to be definitely propelling with something more with music.
I would love that. I would love that. And I have a few songs I'm working on,
Yeah. Oh,
and I really
okay.
love them. I love them. So I'm thinking this summer is when I'm gonna release those.
Yeah, I think that you're really on the brink of it, to be honest with you. I think it's just a matter of getting some ducks in the row for you, and then they're just going to be out and they're just going to be out there. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of queens are releasing a lot of music. Do you know what I mean? And they do so, so well. So I think that you're going to be very unique in your own lane with it. And I think it's going to do really great for you.
Well, yeah, I actually sing.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, like yeah, so, like like there's drag music and then there's like
Yeah,
artists, and
yeah,
I my influences are like Amy Winehouse, like
yeah,
just raw, like people who just pour their souls out on stage. Like I I want to put my soul, like literally rip my heart out and put it into something. Like I'm ready to speak and like put it all out there.
yeah.
Channel it all.
I agree with you. And I think it's the best way to tell your story. I mean, in doing something like this, also become very vulnerable. So when you do things that make you vulnerable, it allows people to feel more touched and more connected to you. I do just want to touch on family now a little bit because I'm feeling family connections here. So I want to say that I feel like I see three other people, three siblings. So I feel like one of them is a junior. Would you understand that?
Uh huh.
And then I see two feminine energies. So I feel like you have two sisters. Would you understand that?
I do.
I feel like it's very rare for like all of you to be together at one time though. I do feel distance between a few of you. So can you understand how getting together is difficult and does not happen very often? I do feel like one lives the furthest. I am being drawn to like the Midwest for one of them. Can you understand that?
Where's like Midwest
Can
exactly?
you understand the Midwest for I feel like I'm being drawn to like
I'm.
Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, that area.
Oh, she lived in Tennessee, and I
That's so
even lived in
interesting. I'm still
Tennessee
being
for six
drawn there.
months.
That's so interesting. I'm being very drawn there for some reason. I feel like a very strong rooted connection there. I feel like she was very rooted there. Would you understand that?
Yeah, she lived in Tennessee for like
Okay.
10 years.
I feel like she built a family in that area, which is why there's such a strong connection to that area as well. I feel again, I want to go back again with family with your mother also. So I feel that there's a strong bond there. Would you understand that your mother to you is almost like someone that you look up to? So she would be like, I want to say like a hero to you almost to a certain degree. Would you understand that?
Yeah,
Okay. I get like inspirational. I get like she's your biggest fan almost, she's always behind you. Um,
yeah,
but I
she is.
also
I love her so much.
I feel like you're telling me that she's changed a little bit over the years though. Would you understand that as well?
Yes, my mom is a strong influence. She's one of my heroes. And I
Yeah.
didn't hear what you
Can you
said.
under,
Accent.
can you understand if there was like a change though? I feel like she's changed a little bit. Like she's not the same as she was. Would you understand that? Like I feel like she might have gone through some things, I feel like she suffers with a little bit of pain as well. Would you understand?
A little?
Well, I feel pain for her. I mean, I'm trying to be ginger about this, but I also am being drawn to, for some reason, would you understand? I feel like she's recovering from an injury. Would you understand an injury that would have happened? I feel like she was in an accident and she has never fully recovered from an accident.
A, a car accident. And right now her arm has been hurting
So can
a
you
lot.
understand that? Okay, so I feel like she's never fully recovered from this accident. And I feel like she's in pain from it still. Would you understand that?
I don't think she knows that that's what it's from. She just thinks it's natural causes. Like, oh, it just happened.
No, I feel like this is like residual. You know what I mean? Like nerve and like just pain that happened. Um,
Uh huh. So it's like a delayed response.
that's what I'm kind of feeling. It's a delayed response. It's something that was caused from that and it's starting to come out now as time goes on.
She's been doing physical therapy.
Yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. Because I feel like she's never fully recovered from that. I feel like that was a very, very traumatic and long, mentally grueling process for her. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel like that whole process was long drawn out. It was like it didn't go the way that it was intended to go, which now with that explains the whole situation. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely understand that it was not really the way that she had intended it. And I feel like she's feeling residual from this situation as well, that she's still never fully healed from. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I think
Oh yeah.
it's definitely a big situation for her. Um,
So that's probably like has a lot to do with her mood, maybe,
a
and
lot to
her
do with her
energy.
mood. Yeah, I feel like it affects her. I feel like you recently just saw her. Would you have just seen her? Because I feel like she's around. I feel like she's
Yeah,
in.
I live with her right now.
Oh my God. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
I just moved back in.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm getting like don't eat meat on Friday. Does she follow that? Don't eat meat on Friday?
It might be my grandma.
Okay, because I'm hearing don't eat meat on
My
Friday for some
grandma's.
reason.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I feel like that's really important to also make a mention because there's someone saying don't eat meat on Friday.
I'm gonna ask her because that's probably something she would recognize, like
Yeah,
something maybe her parents said or something. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think you should ask her that because it has to do with Lent logically because we're in Lent right now and Easter is happening. So you know how you don't eat meat on Friday because of Lent. So I feel like it's just a mention with the strong religious background. They're just mentioning that. So just bring that to your mother's attention and see what she says about that.
I
I'm all,
will.
I'm also getting that that your mother feels very full with family. So would you understand that your two sisters and brother are married?
All of my siblings are married.
Okay. And I feel children. Would you understand that? So grandchildren, nieces and nephews.
Hmm.
So I feel like she feels very joyed with all of this. I do feel like your one brother is very connected to your father. Would you understand that there's a similarity there almost?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They both kind of have like a disconnect.
Okay.
You know, they shut them like they just power through, work a lot, disconnect.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, like it's not how I want to be.
I know.
That's why it's kind of been hard for me to work and like do things like that, like have a normal conventional, because
Mm-hmm.
I see how much that it's changed my brother and it's changed my father. Like I don't want to be that person who's like shutting everything out to like live this, capitalist,
Yeah.
because I saw how it affected me not having my father's presence as much.
I understand that. Yeah, because I feel
I
like
used to I used to wish I was like I wish like we were poor, like so you work less, so I'd see you more,
yeah,
like it doesn't even matter that like I have a roof over my head. I want my dad.
yeah. I
The
understand.
promises.
Yeah, I feel a huge disconnect. I feel like your mother had to step in a lot to kind of overcompensate. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I would tell him, why doesn't dad hang out with me? Why doesn't dad spend time with me? And I would hate when she would tell him that I would say that, because then he would come to me the next day and I'd be like, okay, like I know mom talks to you.
Yeah,
And I just would feel that like disingenuous likeness.
I understand. Yeah. What I feel is like a similar pattern. So I feel like your brother is almost reliving the same life as your father with his family. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. I do feel like really strong, great potential and energy around your one sister. I want to say, I don't know if she would be the youngest or not, but I am getting initial N for her. Would you understand like initial N for her?
Yeah, one of them. I
Okay.
thought you said I have a strong connection with her.
No, no, I feel like she has a strong connection with her family.
Oh yeah, she does. They're like so tight.
Yeah,
Her name's Nikki. Yeah.
I can feel that. I can feel that they're like
And
literally like they do everything like the complete opposite. You know what I mean? Like she's very involved. Would you understand?
yeah, she's very involved in her children's lives.
Yeah, I can feel that there's a lot of success coming from her. And I feel like she wants her children to succeed very strongly, the same way she did as well.
Yeah.
For some reason, I also am being drawn to her a lot. Would you understand that I'm getting a strong connection with her, with grandparent or grandparents. Would you understand that they celebrate or share a specific day of a celebration? Because
Yeah, they do.
because I feel like there's a really strong connection there. And I want to say that that needs to be celebrated. So it's like, I don't even know if it was done intentionally, but there is definitely an acknowledgement of gratefulness for that. Okay. So, and it's just, I feel like this would be like almost the same celebration, but I don't want to say birthday, but I want to say like both celebrations are the same that have occurred. I'm being
And
drawn.
anniversaries.
Oh, it's their anniversary. I'm being drawn.
Yeah, marriage anniversaries.
Okay. I'm being drawn to the month of November. Would you understand the month of November?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. It depends on what context, but
Well, would the anniversary be in the month of November?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think it might be the ninth.
Okay. Because I'm hearing this from one of the grandparents. So I just want to acknowledge, would you understand that one of the parties is on the other side at this time?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I feel like this would be a male. So I want to say this would be a grandfather because I feel like the grandma is still here. Would you understand that?
Yeah, he's on the other side.
Okay. Grandma, I feel like is still here though, correct?
He is.
Okay. He's coming through with acknowledgement of a tremendous amount of love for his wife. So I feel like the acknowledgement is coming through. He mentioned, and this is how I got the information about your sister, because he shared such a tremendous love with his wife that he's acknowledging and bringing that forward for your sister as well in that format. So if you do speak with her, I just want you to like let her know that. But I do feel that I feel like he passed quite recently, and I'm also again being drawn to the month of November for him. So I feel like the month of November is significant for him for two reasons. Would you understand that?
Probably he might have passed in November. I think he passed in November.
I do feel that. Would you understand that it would have been recent though? Like it would have just been this past November?
Yeah, no, it was recent. It was recent. I
Okay.
attended his funeral recently, and he was in probably
Okay.
December, to be honest.
Okay, because I do feel like it was recent.
Yeah.
I feel like he suffered though. Would you understand that he would have been in a lot of pain towards the end?
Yeah, probably.
Because I am getting like pains and I do feel like he did not have it easy towards the end, that it was difficult for him. Okay?
I think he probably wanted to be with the Lord. Well, he lived a long time.
Yeah, I do feel like he lived quite a long time. I want to say like late 80s into 90. Would you understand that?
He was in his 90s.
Yeah, okay. I felt like he had a really good life. He left a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was someone who feels like he left a legacy. Like he lived his life very joyfully, very into faith, but like left a legacy for like family to like follow and to understand. So can you understand that?
Yeah, he was a hard worker.
Okay.
Like literally, like my dad and my brother.
Okay.
He is one of those.
Would you understand? I don't know why I'm feeling this, but would you understand? Did he do something with like hair?
Yeah, he's a barber.
Okay.
Leonti's hairstyles.
Oh my God.
Oh, Leonti's, yeah.
Because I feel like he's showing me scissors. So he's telling me like cutting hair. So he put in a lot of hours, he's saying. He was a hard worker on his feet. He put in a lot of hours, did a lot, put in the time.
Yeah, and now my dad is doing the same exact thing.
That's amazing.
He's a barber. A dad's
It's amazing.
barber.
So it's like the generations are going down. Do you understand? Like it's just like really amazing how it's just following through. All right. So there's a lot of like acknowledgement and recognition for that as well. So there's respect and gratitude. So he is definitely around you strongly. I want you to understand that he is helping you on the other side divinely. All right. So I think that's really important for you to know. But I also want to say that I am being pulled to a younger energy as well, which would also be of a boy nature who is with him on the other side. Okay. I do feel like this child.
That's great. That's really great to know.
All right. Because I do feel like this child passed at a very, very young age. Would you understand that before giving any more information?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I am feeling that this child did live life and had a lot of joy, even though he had a lot of medical issues. Would you understand that he never complained and lived life and the joy that he would have exuded?
Yeah, it was my brother, probably.
Okay. So let me just see something here. I am being drawn to illness with him. So would you understand illness? I do feel like it's very difficult for him to move, or there would be pain for him to move. I also feel problems with breathing and might have had oxygen at some point. Would you understand that?
But he was bedridden.
Okay.
He couldn't. He
Would
was
you understand
constantly.
oxygen?
Yeah, probably. He would had those things tubes.
Yeah, because I'm feeling it's very, very hard for him to breathe. So I feel like that's something, but I'm feeling something with movement. So would you understand like a muscle disorder or a muscle issue?
Yeah, it was probably his arm because he
Okay.
had a rhabdomyosarcoma.
Okay.
So like it was with his arm. So he had to. It was like they wanted to like amputate his arm, and
Okay.
then they ended up not amputating his arm.
That he is a very, very strong force behind you as well, because he says he can understand the struggles that you went through on earth here, okay, that you're going through. He understands that, and he's behind you working as well to support you and make sure that things are moving forward in the right direction. So, you have two people on the other side with very strong energy, with a huge generational gap, but that are really working in different angles for you to bring
That's
you
so
nothing but success.
crazy. I didn't really know, that they
Yeah,
cared because I didn't meet
honey,
my brother,
they care, honey, and I just want
So,
to, yeah, I
and my
want you to know just,
grandpa didn't really show it much. So,
yeah. Well, just know one thing. So when they cross over to the other side, there is basically only love and light. You know what I mean? So anyone that would have been in their life is in their life, and they always do what they can from the other side. And there's people that we may have never met in life that are on the other side that are behind. There's a connection there. Okay, so I want you to understand that there's definitely divine intervention that is happening on the other side to help you every day to get forward. And I do want to say that I feel like you communicate or out to your younger brother. Would you understand that? Like, I feel like you sometimes say, "Are you okay?" or "Help me. I'm just checking in on you." I feel like there's some kind of like connection that goes on.
I always think about him.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's acknowledging that. So he's saying, just because we never met, do not be afraid to reach out to me or to connect with me. So there's an encouragement there on your end to reach out and do more, okay, with him.
Okay.
And there's
And
definitely,
I
what was
feel
that?
like my older siblings, they kind of make me and my younger sister, feel like because we didn't meet him, that he can't mean as much to us.
That's not true. Don't ever feel that way, because I feel like the connection is extremely strong, and the connection is going to be equally as strong with all four of you. And it's quite strong. And I think he's quite intrigued with what you do as well. So he is entertained as a younger child. This is like entertaining for him. And I get music with him as well. So I don't know if you would have understood music, but I do feel like he likes to express himself in music.
Yeah, he did. He was a little drummer.
So
He
there you
played the
go.
drum.
That's amazing. So yeah,
He
so
loved the drum.
So I feel like he inspires or comes through you when you're channeling music, when you're writing music. I think it's super important for you to understand that as well. All right. And I'm going to leave you with that 40 minutes in, because I just feel like that's a beautiful note to leave it on. And I feel like you're really supported and you have a lot of love. You've definitely been a trailblazer and definitely did a lot on your own to really get to where you are today. So there's nothing but love. And know that you would have not gotten where you are now had you not had a lot of people behind you propelling you, especially on the other side. So just know that there's a lot of strength that's coming and working with you in multiple different directions.
I feel I never knew what it was, but I feel that energy.
It's
That
super important.
it saved me. It's literally it's probably saved me.
Just know that there's nothing but greatness coming for you, honey.
Thank you. I
All
really
right.
appreciate it.
Is there anything in particular that you want me to try to feel into?
Yeah, you don't have to like read into it if you don't get anything, but I really
Okay.
love my aunt, and she passed away like 2 years ago. Tell her I said hi. She was like one of the first people to like encourage me, like, and
Right.
my feminine
So
side.
So I'm getting that she was also, like your mother, a very, very strong supporter, a cheerleader as well. I feel like she influenced you also with what you do.
She was she was like
Um,
the non-Christian version of my mom.
yeah. So I feel like she was more, yeah. So a freer spirited individual. She lived life unapologetically. Would you understand that?
Repeat that one more time.
Did you hear what I said?
I didn't.
I
What?
feel like
Just
she
one more
lived life
time.
unapologetically. Would you understand that?
Yeah,
She
she
lived
gave
life
milk.
unapologetically.
Yeah, she was
Right. I can feel
crazy.
that energy. It's like complete, like a polar opposite of your mother. She just gave it all up and she's like, I'm just going to live life the way I want to live it to the fullest. So, well, yeah, I just want to say, would you understand that? I feel like her death might have caught people off guard. Would you understand that?
Yeah, caught me off guard.
Okay, because she's
I
telling me
mean,
that
we, we
people,
we knew that she was, not well,
right,
but she wasn't the one I wanted to see, like, go.
right. Well, she's saying that it caught people off guard and she's coming through acknowledging the fact that she realizes that people may have not had the opportunity to say goodbye the way that they would have wanted to say goodbye. All right, so she's coming through
Yeah.
to also recognize that because she's saying that it really was something that she feels like she was slightly also caught off guard by the situation.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, and just to know that whatever you feel like you may have not said to her has been said and she already has heard. So I feel like, you would say in your mind or speak to her as well and feel out and let her know what you're feeling. So just know that she hears you. Because I
No,
feel
she
like,
does. I literally was talking about her one day, and we have pictures in our house. And on the picture, it's little butterflies. And we were talking about her the same hour. And then the next hour, we saw one of her little butterflies on the ground. And I said, Mom, that, no way. Like, it was too real. I said, she is, no.
it's amazing, right? It's amazing. I definitely, I mean, you really have people on the other side that are there, like supporting and working with you. You're in a good place. You're in a good place, my dear.
Thank you.
Don't ever feel down on yourself. Don't ever feel like, people get you down. I think that you have risen above all of that.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm going to keep my head up.
keep your head up, honey. Always keep your head up. You're doing great things. I just feel so like inspired by you. So that's great. So great.
I love you.
For any questions for me, how did you enjoy this, my dear?
I'm changing. It was. I think I'm always questioning things,
Yeah.
and it's good that you gave me clarity because there's a lot that I question,
Yeah.
and my family doesn't really know how to communicate that sometimes, a lot to me.
I feel like it's really, really hard. Yeah, I feel like communication's hard, and again, I want to just be drawn to that strong religious background. I feel like they have to say things certain ways because of how they feel religiously things have to come across. So I think there's just such a strong guardedness. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too. It's very blunt.
It's very blunt, and it's yes. There you go. Bluntness is always great. And again, anyone who's not following us, please follow us both. All of our information is in our Instagram profiles. Whisper, anything that you would love to say before we depart? We have like a minute or two left.
I want to first off thank you for
Aw,
blessing me with this. You like gave me back my voice. Um, I want to thank, obviously, my family members who
yeah,
connected with you
yeah,
and tell them I love them and appreciate them and that I'm going to start speaking to them more because I know that they're there.
they are there and they're
And
around you.
um, yeah, and I'm just going to put my all into everything I'm doing and weed out everything that's not serving me or people that don't have my best interest or we're not at the same place in our life.
I think that's super important. That's such a really great fact. And I think that's a message to just everyone to take away. I am so happy that we connected. You reached out to me, I think like back in January, and we set this up like over a month ago. And I know that this has been on your mind for a while. So I am just so happy that I was able to do this and give you the opportunity of healing and connecting with loved ones and opening your eyes to some beautiful things that are happening on the other side for you. So just know that you're truly blessed. And I wish you nothing but happiness.
You, I love you.
I love you too, honey. This will be on my Instagram. And then Whisper, I think you can pull it or do what you want as well and share it and have people come as well.
I'm gonna share it for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show my mom tomorrow.
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy.
Don't eat meat on Friday, girl. She's gonna be like, what? What?
She's gonna be like,
I'll be like, I don't know. I'm like, what does it mean?
Yeah, let her know. It's Lent, basically for Lent. You don't eat meat on Friday. You know, the Catholic religion is no meat on Friday.
Yeah.
So she'll
Yeah, my grams is Catholic AF. I don't eat meat on Friday.
I didn't eat meat today.
I did, but it wasn't meat. It was just,
I understand.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It was dessert.
It was dessert. It was like the new meat dessert.
Have a great night. I wish you nothing but success. Make the coin.
I love you. Thank you.
Make the coin. I love you, honey, so much. Thank you again.
I'm going to make all the coin just for you.
Yes.
And just for everyone out there on the other side who is supporting me.
There you go. You do it for everyone. We love you so much. We support you. I love you to death. Thank you for doing this.
Love you to death.
Have a great night and be safe.
You too. I'm gonna check back in with you tomorrow.
Check in with me tomorrow. Let me know how it goes.
I will.
Right.
I'll tell you what my mom says.
I can't wait. Bye, honey.
Hey, bye, babe. Mwah. Love you.
Mwah. Love you.